This is a quick tutorial on how I make and install feeder wires for my model railroad track. This will be done on HO-Scale Code 83 track. We'll start off by a quick review of the tools that you'll need. Soldering gun, a power drill with a small bit to drill holes in the benchwork for the feeders, soldering flux, needle nose pliers, wire strippers, and then for wire we have here 2 spools of number 20 gauge solid wire. I've got white and black for the different rails. If you're using block wiring, you may want to get additional colors so that you can keep the wiring for the different blocks straight underneath the layout. With DCC, these 2 colors will suffice. We'll start off by making some of the feeder wires. It's a good project that can be done anytime, including in advance of your wiring, so that you have them ready to go when the time comes to wire the layout. Sit in front of the TV and make a few dozen of these in no time at all. Start with our wire strippers. We'll strip off about a ½ inch or a little less at one end of the wire. Cut the feeder to length. I usually go for about 3 to 4 inches. For mine, you can make them a little bit longer or shorter if you need. And then on the other end of the wire, I'm going to strip off about 1 inch or so of the insulation. This end with the longer bare wire will go underneath the layout to tie into the bus wire. And the short stripped end will be used against the track. To make the wire feeder itself, make 2 bends with our needle nose pliers. 190 degrees that way, 190 degrees the other way, and this will allow it to lay right in against the web of the rail. I'll hold that up there so you can see the wire. With those bends, that wire will fit right in against the web of the rail and will hold itself in place while you do the soldering. After you've bent your wire to shape, you're going to put just a little bit of soldering flux on the edge of the wire that will meet the rail, and that will make the solder flow into the joint much easier and prevent melting of the ties and a rough solder joint. So just that little bit of soldering flux makes all the difference. With the wire in place, heat up the soldering gun. This is a 140 to 100 watt gun. I'll knock it down to its lower setting. Hold the soldering gun against the rail and feed the solder into the joint. And that's it. Just a couple seconds of heat and the solder will flow right in there thanks to the flux. Use the sanding brick to just clean off the top of the rail. And I'll reach underneath the layout and give it a good tug from below. You can see we've got a good mechanical connection, which means we'll have a good electrical connection as well. That's all there is to it. No melted ties, no problems. Once this wire is connected to our buses below the layout, we'll have trouble-free electrical operations for the track itself.